In this class, we'll learn about inserting restraints in sketches, using the sketch from the last class. We can define the part geometry by using the sketch commands and dimensions. Well, let's begin the class and apply restraints to the sketch and show you how important they are. Let's start by enabling the Smart Dimension command on the Sketch tab and Command Manager. First, we'll insert a dimension for this circle and define it as 4.4 millimeters. Now add a dimension between the outside edge and the edge of the inside geometry as shown. Let's define this distance as 8 millimeters for the purpose of defining the placement between them. After that, define the part width as 228 millimeters and the height as 190.5 millimeters, respectively. See how the edges define the part outline in black, which means they can't be changed, for example by dragging the mouse. So now it's impossible to change the inserted dimension or delete it. This proves how by constraining the sketch by applying dimensions, this defines the geometry and it will be used for generating the 3D model. Now let's continue by inserting the entity dimensions so that all entities are displayed in black. Normally, geometric relations make the work of adding dimensions considerably quicker and easier. This is true if the relations have been added correctly, so it isn't necessary to waste time on fixing up the sketch. See how based on the previously inserted geometric relations, some entities will be defined even without direct insertion of dimensions. This is related to the intention of the design, whereas it's necessary to consider the geometry and define the best way to sketch it. Such decisions on designs show the difference between good designers and mediocre ones. So now the entities are completely defined, as they are all black and fully defined is displayed on the status bar. Which means the sketch is completely defined, as now the dimensions can only be changed by double-clicking them. And let's check the geometry finishing touches, and we'll insert some fillets on some corners and learn about applying the chamfer command. Enable the fillet command as shown, define the fillet radius and start the selection process. There are two ways to select without escaping from the command for inserting different size fillets. Now we'll enable the chamfer command and define the chamfer dimensions, and then select the entities. After applying the chamfer command, we can press Ctrl+Z to undo the action and see how there are no more chamfers on the geometry. Constraining the entities ensures that the 3D models will be modeled according to these dimensions. This is extremely important as to avoid unwanted errors in your design, facilitate later changes, and save on wasted modeling time. So in this class, we have learned about constraining a sketch of a product and making it completely defined, inserting finishing details in the geometry.